Hello, my miraculous friend, and welcome to another episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. This is Reverend Francis Faden, and I'm so grateful that we get to spend this time together helping you magnify your miracles. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my spiritual tips to help you really prepare for this total solar eclipse that is happening on April 8th of 2024. But you can take these same tips and you can apply them anytime that there is an eclipse happening and really learn how to take advantage of this very special cosmic portal that's happening, this very special time. I like to call it a cosmic window of opportunity for you. For those of us who want to consciously work with this energy, blessings are available. And that's the thing I really want you to get into your mind and into your bones, is that blessings are available. We have to consciously work with the energy to really receive the most benefit. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. Let's just get ourselves ready, like I like to do, by taking a few deep breaths together. Just bring our energy inward for a few moments as we reconnect with that energy that I love to call divine presence. And as we feel that energy, as we become more and more aware of the divine presence, which is always here, the more aware we become, the more miraculous our life becomes. And knowing that whatever you need to hear so that you can have the most powerful experience possible to move you powerfully forward is exactly what you're going to hear. Let's take one more deep breath together in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my friend. Well, welcome once again to the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. I'm so excited to have you here, and I'm so excited to be talking about this amazing topic of this total solar eclipse, and to be talking about the topic of eclipses at all. For if you've been a longtime listener of the podcast, you will know that I talk about every year. It's one of the first things I look at. I take out all my calendars. I have my big wall calendar that I do all my planning for my business. I have my astrology calendar. I have my feast day of all the saints. I have all the interfaith holidays. I put them all together and I look to see what's the message of the year. And this year I looked and I could see one of the first things that jumped out at me was that we were having the first eclipse of the year was happening on March 25th, which was the feast day of the Assumption. No, that's not the Assumption, the feast day of the Annunciation. And that was going to be a powerful day for all of us. Well, this is the second eclipse, and it's happening on April 8th of 2024. So we're going to look at that date. That's one of the first things we're going to look at. And then we want to take a look at some other things that you can do to start preparing for that. What is the opportunity? Mother Mary always is saying to us, look at these cosmic events from a God's eye view, that there's something that's happening here for you. There's something that's happening to support you, to help you to magnify your miracles, to help you step into something. And what is that? And I'm going to be sharing with you some things that you can do to really prepare for this beautiful time. And again, whether you're here listening for April or you're listening at another time when eclipse is coming, these things I'm sharing with you are going to apply for anytime we're having a solar eclipse and you're wanting to really connect in with that energy and really receive those blessings. These are some things that you can do no matter what. But I will be talking about this specific one as well. So again, we just had our beautiful lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses tend to be a little bit more inward. They tend to be a little bit more emotional. Solar eclipses tend to be a little bit more outward. They tend to be a little bit more what's happening in the world. And both of them bring what I love to call unexpected blessings. Unexpected blessings. Eclipse energy is kind of like, boom, things just kind of manifest really quickly. Now, some people that makes them nervous because they don't like the energy of surprises, but I do. I love the idea of like, I wonder what Divine Mother has in store for us. And my faith is it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So be on the lookout. My first tip for you is be on the lookout for unexpected blessings. Keep that in your mind. You know, I love that bumper sticker that used to say, expect a miracle. It's like, expect a blessing, expect an unexpected blessing, like whatever it might be, something that you had no idea, not necessarily praying for it, not necessarily thinking about it, and then something is going to shift. And so these eclipses can bring a time of shifting for people. And that's how I like to see it, as like a shifting gears for us. And it gives us an opportunity. So this particular one is a new moon. So anytime we have a solar eclipse, it's a new moon vibration. It's a new moon in the sign of Aries. And I love a new moon in Aries. You know why? Because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's kind of like that starting over vibration. And Aries is all about you. It's the first sign. It's all about you and your sense of identity. So this eclipse that's coming is a total eclipse. That means there's going to be a portion of the earth, and I believe I might be actually in the part of the East Coast that is in the path of, they call it the path of totality. I might be in that. Um, and what that means, whether you're in that path or not, the fact that there is a total eclipse means that the sun and the moon, the sun will be completely blocked out by the energy of the moon. And I believe it's for a period of 4 minutes. And those of you who know me know that that number 4 is also a powerful number as well. It's a Mother Mary number. She always talks to me in the number 4. And so we have an eclipse happening for 4 minutes. And it's going to be happening in totality. And Mother Mary has said that it's like a cosmic reset button. It's like a cosmic reset button that you're able to say, okay, now it's in the sign of Aries. And so what that says is you can press the cosmic reset button on your sense of self, on your identity. So if up until now you've been identifying as somebody who struggles, as somebody who is not successful, as somebody who doesn't have a clear sense about things, whatever things that you've been identifying as like, oh, I'm too young, I'm too old, whatever those stories are that we tell ourselves, the cosmic reset button is coming. And you have the ability to press that button and say, nope, I'm starting over. I'm going to step into a new identity. I'm going to step into a new identity. How about that? So one of the things I want you to do between now and then is I want you to think about, if you could step into any identity, what would you step into? For me personally, I'm thinking like the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest version of myself. The one for whom things come with ease, the one who easily attracts to her whatever she needs. Think about it, whatever you want. You can ask for anything. That's one of the things when you're working to magnify your miracles, is you're not limited. There's no ceiling when it comes to miracles. It's not like, I'm sorry, you've reached the limit of what's possible. You're never going to get that sign from the universe saying, oh, I'm sorry, the elevator doesn't go up anymore. No, you get to ask for anything. So it's a really good thing to think about. We're so conditioned to not ask for too much, and you don't want to be, greedy or whatever it might be. And the universe isn't looking at us and saying, oh, yeah, boy, she's just asking to be too healthy. She's just asking to be too happy. No, it doesn't work that way. There's no ceiling on any of these things. So why not ask for what you really want? Maybe what you really want is to step into your creativity. You want to be a super creative person. Maybe you want to step into your healing ability or your channeling ability. Or maybe you want to be like an amazing parent or an amazing grandparent. Or maybe you want to be a beautiful writer. It does, whatever. Let yourself own that identity that you are already it. You're already it. We're pressing the cosmic reset button on your identity. You get a do-over. You get to start again, no matter who you are and where you are on the planet. Isn't that great news? If this is good news, I want you to say so and leave me a comment and say, oh my God, that is awesome news. And I want to hear from you. How are you going to reset your identity? How are you going to press that cosmic reset button and give yourself permission to step into a brand new identity? I love that. It makes me so excited. So the other thing I'm going to recommend that you do is, as this is a new moon vibration, great time to set an intention, but an eclipse magnifies a new moon. It really magnifies it. It's like a new moon on steroids. And so you want to be setting intentions, not only for the month, but I want you to be thinking about 6 months from now. Sometimes this energy, and since this is a total eclipse, it could go even beyond that. But if you think about like, okay, so this is happening in April, and April, May, June, July, August, September, October would be 6 months from now. Where would you like to be 6 months from now? Who would you like to be 6 months from now is really the better question. What's that identity that you really want to step into that you are going to be consciously working with and manifesting over these next 6 months? So one of the things that can happen with people is they think that sometimes it's like, oh, the eclipse, it's happening on this day. And if I don't see the thing happen on this day, then maybe I missed it. But I'm going to share with you eclipse energy and all planetary energies really, you can start to feel them way before they happen and even way after they happen. People call it the shadow of the eclipse, where you can feel it kind of before and after. And if you're sensitive, which I know you are because you're listening to this podcast, all of us highly sensitive people, it's really good to start paying attention. This is why I have people that work with me start working with the lunar calendar and the solar calendar and the seasonal calendar to really start to pay attention to how do things impact you. So I can tell you, for me, I tend to feel it before it happens. And then I usually have whatever my experience is, whether it's an insight or a breakthrough, usually right before it happens. And then the day of the full moon or whatever it might be is usually not as intense as the time leading up to it. And then afterwards, it's kind of like it's an integration time. That's for me personally. You might experience it differently. You might feel a lot on the day of the eclipse or on the day of the full moon, and maybe not a lot before and after. Or you might be with somebody that doesn't feel a whole lot, and then afterwards is like, oh my God, all these miracles happen for you. There's no right or wrong way. So I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to be expecting unexpected blessings, but keep your eyes open. They can happen before or after this time period. As long as you're aware of it and you're like just knowing and you can feel it, these things will present themselves to you. And you believe me, you won't miss it. It's not like, oh man, I missed my blessing. You won't miss it. You'll be able to go like, wow. The thing you have to be careful of is not talking yourself out of it and saying, wow, what a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's you working with the energy of the universe and the energy of the universe responding and dancing with you. Now, I do want to take a look at this number. It's 4-8, right? 4-8 is April 8th, but we are in an 8 vibration of the year, which is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4. So 2024 is actually an 8 year. And so we're having our beautiful solar eclipse on 4-8-8. And what I've been hearing, what Spirit's been saying to me, as this is a little bit of a foreshadowing of what's going to be happening this year on the Lion's Gate, which this year is going to be an 8-8-8 vibration. So I'm already getting ready for like, okay, I'm looking at my calendar right now. I'm like, that's going to be a Thursday. I'm definitely going to be planning to do a Lionsgate event. But for now, this energy of April, 4-8-8. So I just told you that number 4 is Mother Mary's number, right? And so we have 8 being a double of the 4 vibration, which tells me that this energy is definitely connected with the divine feminine. It's definitely connected with the energy of abundance. It's definitely connected with the energy of manifestation. So I really want you to be open to what can come. That 4 vibration brings it down into a practical kind of a way. Like I was thinking about a square, it like creates a foundation. So how can we welcome in this intensive 8 energy, which is all about mysticism and abundance and all that, bring it down into your life in a practical way that you can really use? And my answer to that is work with Mother Mary, work with the divine feminine in whatever way that you do, and ask to be shown, like, how can I really absorb this energy and how can I make the most of this energy? Now, the last tip I'm going to give you, and this is a tip that is probably not going to be popular with some of you, but it's an important one. And it is, what is the best way to experience the eclipse? And it is not going outside and watching it or witnessing it. Now, I've gone outside in the past and, experienced it. And I want to share with you why I'm encouraging you not to do that and what to do instead. So one of my spiritual teachers, Amashri Karunamai, shared with me a while ago, and other spiritual teachers from India have shared, that the eclipse time, it's a powerful time, but it's also it's an intimate time. It's like the planets are kind of having this intimate dance with each other. And what they've said is it's an inauspicious time to kind of be outside. There's also something that happens with the electromagnetic frequencies when the rays of the sun get blocked and all of that. And it kind of has an interesting impact on the planet. And I have seen some studies of after effects of solar eclipses that there's a little bit of like this algae or something that happens in the water. I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. And that's not the most important part. The most important part is like, okay, so that what you're not supposed to do is go outside and like be in that energy and witness that energy. What you are supposed to do is be inside and be really within yourself to be meditating. You want to be as open and receptive to the energy as you can possibly be. Now, this particular one is happening around between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. So there's some of you that you're going to be at work and you're not going to be able to do that. And if you can't do that, don't worry about it. I don't want you to be like superstitious about it. And if you do end up going out and looking at it, it's not like, it's not like you're going to walk under a ladder and get or break a mirror and get 7 years of bad luck. It's not like that. It's more of it's not the best way for you to take advantage of the energy. That's what it means. And so if you end up going out and looking at it, don't worry about that. But if you want to really get the most out of it, the best thing to do is meditation or spiritual practices. So if you're going to say a rosary that day, say a rosary. If you want to do some mantra chanting, do some mantra chanting. You want to do some deep meditation, do some breath work, do that. Do things that direct your energy inward so you can be as open and receptive as you can be. Now, the thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing another one of my Holy Spirit's divine light healing events. And I'm actually doing it during the eclipse because I know that that's the most auspicious thing you can do. So on April 8th, I'm going to start it at 2:45 Eastern time. If you want to join me, you can go to francisfaden.com/healing. All of my, whenever I'm doing one of these divine light healing events where I'm channeling the Holy Spirit's energy, it's going to be there. So that page is going to always be updated with the latest dates on it. But I am going to be there on April 8th, 2:45 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll be channeling light. I'll be channeling all the light beings. So Jesus's energy, Mother Mary's energy, Mary Magdalene's energy. I'm hearing now Saint Germain wants to be on this call. Saints Cosmo and Damien want to be in this call. Saint Padre Pio wants to be in this call. Saint Hildegard of Bingen. I'm hearing Saint Rose, who I haven't worked with before, but I'm hearing Saint Rose. So I'm not going to say it's only these beings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up to all the beings that want to come and invite your team to be on as well. And so collectively, the more people we have on the call, the stronger it is. And these calls are really great for physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual healing. And because this is a new moon, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to really prepare ourselves like, what do we need to release and let go? And what are we welcoming in? And getting clear about that so that when we all go into the meditation collectively, we'll be taken into Mother Mary and Jesus have been taking us into what I call the crystalline temple. It's a temple on the astral plane that is just all the crystal beings, all the crystalline beings are supporting us and helping to magnify the energy. It sounds like, what is she talking about? But it is amazing. It is amazing. And as you are in the meditation with me, I never know what's going to happen. We're guided by these great beings that have channeled Holy Spirit energy while they were in the body, and they're still powerful channels of that Holy Spirit energy. And we are going to invoke that Holy Spirit vibration through these great Holy Spirits to be with us to magnify your intention, to really magnify that new moon intention. So if it's for healing, great. If there's something you want to manifest, great. I personally think that life is a healing path. So no matter what we're doing, we're always doing some aspect of healing work. And that's how I take it. And that's why I offer these divine light healings with the energy of the Holy Spirits because it magnifies the energy. So that's the thing. Whether you want to work with me or not, you want to join me on that day, you're welcome to. As I said, francisfaden.com/healing. And that's where you can register if you want to join me. But if not, please, if you can, meditate that day. See if you can do a guided meditation or your own meditation, or give yourself the opportunity to do some chanting or some prayer work or whatever you can do, but take your energy inward. And then when you're done and the eclipses were on the other side of it, you just simply say thank you and you start your day and you keep staying in that energy of expecting the unexpected blessings. So those are my tips for you. I'd love to hear what you think about them, what you're going to do, what's the identity that you're going to step into, and are you open to those unexpected blessings? Love to know your thoughts about it. So that's everything I'm going to be doing for this beautiful total solar eclipse. And I'd love to hear more about, does this resonate with you and what steps are you going to take? Just leave me a comment below and let me know what you're going to be doing. I love reading about it. All right, my friend. Well, remember that the key to magnifying your miracles is knowing your miracle is already here. And may all your miracles be magnified. God bless you, my friend. Bye-bye.